Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In the earlier session, we had seen about the text widget. We saw how we can insert an image into the text widget, how we can attach a scroll bar to the text widget, and how we can format the text in the text widget differently. And in today's session, let's see a code example for a text viewer. So friends, when I execute this code, whatever is there in my list 1 has got all the proverbs. So the first proverb gets displayed. Then if I click on the forward button, the second proverb gets displayed, then the third, and then the fourth. I've got 4 proverbs in my list. After the fourth proverb, I don't have any other proverbs in the list, so the button gets disabled. And I can click on the back arrow, previous arrows, to go to the previous proverb. So failure is the stepping stone for success. A stitch in time saves 9, and an apple a day keeps the doctor away. This is the first proverb. We don't have any proverbs in the beginning after this, so it is the previous button gets disabled. So this is how with the text viewer we can view the text. Similarly, we can add images and make an image viewer as well. But in today's session, let's look into the text viewer. Let me open my new file. From Tkinter, import all, win equal to tk. Then I'm having my main event loop. So this is the text which we want to have for all the code. So the basic items are from Tkinter import all, win equal to our main Tkinter screen and the main event loop. Now let's write the code for this particular text viewer. So initially let me have my list 1, call it as list 1 equal to a list which is having the following items. So for this I have to write it in square brackets. Then I say an apple a day keeps the doctor away is my first proverb. I'll give a comma and then write the second proverb. A stitch in time saves 9. Third one, failure is the stepping stone for success, comma, make hay while the sun shines. So these are my proverbs which I have written. 4 proverbs I have written. So my list contains 4 proverbs. And now let me have my text widget. Call it as text example is equal to a text widget. I'm placing it in the main window, that is WIN, and I'm giving it a height of 10. Now let me pack my text on the screen. So text example dot pack. And as we saw in our viewer, the first proverb should be displayed on the text. So we'll make this happen. So we will set our first proverb onto the text. So for this, let me say text example dot insert from the beginning. So I'm giving it as 1.0. And what I have to insert? I have to insert list 1 of 0. So the first proverb will be inserted into my text box. And now let me have my two buttons, the forward button and the backward button. So let me say button set, which is for the first button, equal to button, place it in the main window, height equal to 1, width equal to 10, say. And the text I want it equal to be forward, that is this particular text. I want it on the button. And when I click this particular button, I want it to perform some function. So command equal to lambda colon set text input. This is a function which I'm calling when I click this particular forward button. And I'm passing a parameter that is equal to list1 I plus 1. So the second one. So for this, initially I have to set my I equal to 0. So I equal to 0. Initially the first first proverb will be displayed on the text. Then I becomes I plus 1. So it will display the second proverb, that is a stitch in time saves time. So every time the button is clicked, I gets incremented and it loops through the items in the list. So this is the button set. Now let me give button to set, or let me give it as button set to. Again it is a button widget. Place it in the main window, height equal to 1, width equal to 10. Text on the button should be equal to backward. Command should be equal to lambda colon set text to input, and I have to pass the previous item in the list, that is I minus 1, because it is going backward. List 1 of I minus 1. And I have to make the state equal to disabled initially. So let me say state equal to disabled. So this is the two buttons which I am adding, that is button set and button set to. Button set to and button set. So first one, it will increment the items in the loop, and the second button, it is the previous button. So it will go behind, one proverb behind the other. It keeps on iterating through the list on the click of the button. And now I have to pack my buttons on the screen. So button set dot pack button set to dot pack. So now I have to write the functionality for set text input and set text to input. So this function I have to write over here. So let me say def set text input So I'm calling this particular function. Within this I'm saying global I, because I'm changing the value of I within this function. So I'm giving it as global I. And next what I'm doing, what I'm doing is text example dot delete 1 comma 0, that is from beginning till end. I'm deleting the previous proverb, whatever is what I'm deleting the proverb which is currently present on the text widget. Then I have to insert my new text, that is here I should give it as text. And now I have to insert my new text. So for inserting the new text, I use the insert functionality. So let me say text example dot insert 1.0, and the text which I want to insert is text. Whatever I'm getting as a parameter to this particular function, I'm inserting. After inserting, I'll increment my I to the next one. So I equal to I plus 1. So again when I click the button, it should go to the next proverb. Now I'm comparing. This is for, okay, I plus 1. Now if it reaches the last item, that is make hay while the sun shines, there are no other proverbs after this. So I have to disable the button. So for this, let me give one condition. If I equal to length of list 1 minus 1. So I equal to length of list 1 minus 1. I'm checking. If it is so, then I'm saying button set dot config. I'm changing the configuration of the state to disabled. Else what I'm doing, button set to dot config state equal to normal. The previous button, that is button set to is the previous button, that I'm setting it to normal. So this is for the forward functionality. Now let's write the code for the previous functionality, that is previous button. So the function for this is set text to input, and I'm taking text 2. So this is my text 2. Again I'm having global I because I'm changing the value of I within this particular function. Then text example dot delete the previous proverb, whatever is there, I have to delete it. So I have to give from the beginning till end. I want to delete. Now I have to insert the new proverb, the previous proverb. So text example dot insert, inserting at what position? The first position, comma text 2. Here I was incrementing I. In the previous function I have to decrement I. So I'll say I equal to I minus 1. If I equal to 0, that is the uh, first proverb, that is an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So previous to that I don't have any other proverb, so I'll disable the button. So if I equal to 0, then I say button set to dot config state equal to disabled. Else button set dot config state equal to normal. So friends, this is the entire code what I've written for the text viewer. Let's just recap. This is the main window. I'm having a counter I equal to 0 initially. This is the definition for the functions. So initially the cursor goes to list 1. List 1 has 4 proverbs. So it gets executed. Then I'm having my text widget. Text height equal to 10. I'm packing the text widget onto the screen. And I'm inserting my first item in the list by default. So whenever I'm running, this particular code, the first proverb should get displayed automatically. So that I'm doing with the help of list 1 of 0. So the first item I'm inserting, the proverb I'm inserting. Now button set is one of my button, which is the forward button. So every time user clicks the forward button, the next proverbs gets uh, gets displayed on the screen. And button set 2 is my previous button. So whenever I click on the previous, it goes in the reverse way. So if it is the fourth proverb, it will go to the third, second, first. So these are the two buttons, and initially button 2 will be in the state disabled. Now I'm packing these two buttons and calling my main event loop. So when user clicks on the button, let me execute it. So when user clicks on the forward button, it should display the second proverb, that is a stitch in time saves 9. So it should display a stitch in time saves 9. So for this, when user clicks on the forward button, I increment the counter to 1. So it becomes I plus 1. List 1 of I plus 1 is nothing but a stitch in time saves 9. So that will be what is present in text 1, text. So it will have a stitch in time saves 9. And it will delete the previous proverb, that is an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and it will insert the new proverb, a stitch in time saves 9. Then I increment my counter. Then I check if my counter has reached the last position. If it has reached the last position, that is make hay while the sun shines, I am disabling the button because there is no other proverb after that. So when it reaches the last item, I am disabling the button. Similarly, for the previous functionality, I go with I is equal to I minus 1. So the previous one. So when I becomes 0, that is the first list item, then there is no other item after that. So I set the button to disabled mode. So now when I execute this particular code, I am in stitch in time saves 9. Now I'll click the forward button. I go to the third proverb, failure is the stepping stone for success. Now if I click on the fourth one, it says make hay while the sun shines, and it disables the button. So that because there are no other proverbs after this. So if I click also, it becomes unresponsive. But the previous button is enabled. So I can traverse backward. So make hay while the sun shines. Previous one is failure is the stepping stone for success. So it comes. And after that, a stitch in time saves 9. And after that, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Then my previous button gets disabled because there are no other items previous to that. So this code works in this is the text viewer code which works in this particular fashion. So win, then two functionality, one for incrementing the proverbs in the viewer, one for decrementing the previous proverbs. I'm having a list, a text box for displaying the proverbs, and two buttons, a forward and a backward button. So hope so friends, it was clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to my channel to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.